feeling great. We're very happy to have you back on our meditation special series, In Light of Knowledge. In our previous episode, we talked about sports players, the pressures that they have to go under, and the stress that they have to deal with, and how can meditation help them. We also discussed a little bit about women sports players, and they have their own set of problems in terms of discrimination as opposed to their male counterparts. So meditation can help the women players as well. Today, we will continue this discussion, and we will have the guidance of Dr. Donika. Dr. Donika, welcome back to the studio.
Thank you. Shanti.
Dr. Donika, we are going to continue this discussion about sports players. And one thought that I had was the coach. The coach plays a very important role in guiding the sport player, from the very beginning to the very end of the journey. Sometimes it does happen that both can be under a lot of pressure because the coach has great expectations from the player. So how can, in this situation, both of them benefit if they learn meditation?
That's a very good and an interesting question, we can say, sister. I myself have experienced that when I was a child and I was learning karate, and I found out that the coach plays a very important role in every game, maybe a team game or maybe a single person game. One thing I experienced from that, the coach has always a positive approach for the student he is training, and when the match is going on, he has a very positive expectation that the student should win. But here, what approach he is having for making the student win? I remember the incidents when I was having my first taekwondo match, and it was the state level match, and my coach, he was just like, I know you will do your best, you don't worry, because the thing was we were having karate background and our coach has recently changed into a taekwondo concept. And when it was the first state level match, I remember it very clearly that he had motivated us so very well because he was also very new to us. We were not knowing the rules of the games.
So when you say motivated well, it was like a positive kind of motivation.
It was a positive approach because we were not knowing what is coming next. We didn't know what the point system, where we hit and what the point scoring we will be getting. We were very new to the chest guards, head guards and the arm guards and all that were used because that was not used in karate. Then I came to that point, okay, this is my game for only experience. Let me do whatsoever comes. I played few matches, but yes, I couldn't win or I couldn't get the medal. But the coach had very positive approach for the whole team because
that's very good.
The whole team was failure, but that was a stepping stone to success.
That's very good to know. So a little pressure is okay, would you say?
Yeah.
If the pressure is misplaced, if there's too much pressure, then from the coach on the students, then maybe that can be stressful.
Yeah, very true. When the coach has too much pressure that no, you have to win, at the back of the mind, the player will have the feeling that I have to win and he won't be able to concentrate on the steps or the progress of the match.
That's right.
And sometimes this may ruin the case, you see. If he loses the match and the coach, if he has a very negative outlook for the player, at this time, the student may land up because majority of the time we say the approach of the games are right from the childhood and the child is very sensitive for all these issues. If he is overburdened with the expectations, somewhere or the other, this may hit the child and it may hurt him internally. And even it may so happen that the child can become the very good sports person, but due to the hurt, he may land up into depression and he may even leave that sports. And not only hurting his sports life, but he may also be hurt with a so deeper impact that this may also be affecting his studies and his family life too.
Yeah, that would not be good if that happened. If the child got disturbed on an emotional level, that would not be good for the child.
Yeah. And what I saw that in the next match when we had to play, now I had an experience And our coach was still very positive. Oh, you will going to do the best. I know. He had full faith. Now when we played the next match, again I had seen that my personal experience was this time I had hit many matches and I was in the final. The match was going, you can say, with the same points, but at the last moment it happened that there was a hit from the opponent and I was with silver medal.
Oh, okay.
But still, again, the coach was not so very disappointed. Yeah, he had expectations, but he never showed that you should be very much with my expectation only, or you should have only gold medal. He was so very comfortable with that situation that he motivated me not only in this positive aspect, but I still remember that what did he do? He giving me more motivation. He just had what the announcements were going on over there. He just went to the announcement booth and let them know that this player is a very special player because recently she has come from Bhuj Kutch. The match was in 2001, I remember. I had been a sufferer from earthquake because it was a place.
Oh, this was right before you played the match?
Yeah, right before I played the match.
Oh, God.
And the coach was so happy with me that I can just sense his positive vibrations because he had made this special announcement for me that she had been affected in the earthquake, and my results were also out of the board exams, and there also I was in the toppers in the school. So I was rather felicitated for it. So I was feeling so happy and motivated that no, even if we are having some drawbacks or even if we fail the matches at the last moment, if the coach is giving a right dimension to the player, if he is motivating to the players internally, and sometimes if the player goes down, he must be having affection for the player and he may feel down, but he must not show that to the player.
That sounds like a wonderful coach to have, very positive vibrations, supportive, encouraging. So that's the right attitude. I was also thinking, okay, you had your success. There are times when the success comes very fast. The coach is wonderful, the player is also wonderful, and the result or the outcome of that is that they reach great heights of success.
Yeah.
So in that situation, if the success comes very fast, can that also adversely affect the player in any way?
Success should not be taken into head and failure should not be taken into heart.
Very nice saying.
The thing is, if we fail and we take it into heart, we can't perform to our best the next time because we are depressed now. And if we take the success to the head, then we may get the ego for it, and what practice we were having initially, somewhere or the other, due to the ego part, we will make ourselves deviated from there, and this will land up us to the critical conditions later on. It may not be necessary, but it has to be taken into account that whenever there is a success, it doesn't mean that the success will also be for, you can say, forever, and whenever there is failure, the failure will also not last for forever. There are the fluctuations in life, and whatsoever fluctuation comes, maybe the failure or maybe the success, the graph may change, but the graph of our internal esteem, the graph of our self-esteem, the graph of my internal peace, it should remain stable. That's very, very important.
I like that analogy. Regardless of what happens, our graph inside has to be very stable. It should not go up, down, up, down. That would not be good for us.
And that is the role of meditation over here. There may be failure, there may be success. I had seen both the graphs. I was having severe failures also, I was having severe success also. But meditation had taught me to be in a stable condition whatsoever comes, and that's why I think my coach had been an inspiration for me. He has motivated me, and till today he is in good contacts with me, and he really has a very good, we can say, leadership quality. I would suggest for all the coaches who are watching this show that somewhere or the other meditation boosts our leadership quality.
Right. I mean, the coach also taught us this important lesson that, yes, it is important to have goals.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we have to remember that we are all trying our best. So even if you don't achieve that gold medal that we're all looking for, it is still okay. And then you can still continue to do your best. And one day you may end up getting a gold medal.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
And this journey here, meditation, some people may think that meditation means that there is no goal setting. Meditation never means that we have no goal settings. We have goal settings and we have the targets to achieve, but it doesn't mean that we are just focused on that target, and if we just don't get that target, we get depressed. Meditation keeps us calm and stable in that situation, and it prepares us for the next target to be achieved.
That's right. All this discussion that we're talking about, does that apply to mental games as well? And what I mean by mental games is like chess, for example. You know, you require a lot of focus and concentration in games like these. So will that meditation also influence, or I should say in any way benefit mental games as well?
In mental games, meditation is required a lot more, because when we say mental game, there is no physical activity. The whole energy is to be utilized mentally, that is psychologically.
Right.
And if here we are unstable within, there is a storm within, there is churning of some other thoughts within, then with what concentration we are to play with our game, we may miss it.
That's right. So it almost sounds to me like a mental game is meditation in itself.
Yeah. In the games we are talking about, the indoor games, what we are talking, maybe carom, maybe chess or anything like that. In these games we see we also need the concentration power. How meditation helps in this game, before starting the game, we just have to meditate, or we just have for a few seconds or a few minutes the silence within ourselves, maybe the external atmosphere, maybe anything. There are misconceptions that there are so many external disturbances, maybe a physical game, maybe a mental game, but in that atmosphere, how can we be stable internally?
That is always a concern for people.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much chaos outside. How can I be stable inside?
And my personal experience, I think that even I was concerned with it initially. Even a little bit of noise distracted me initially. But later with practice, now I think that there is no distractions for me. Initially, I used to go to take seminars in the companies or the public seminars. I used to see that if someone's mobile rang, then it distracted me. But now I take it as a music. Now it doesn't hurt me. I think, oh, that was something which added the show.
Well, this is something all of us can remember, because there are times when we get offended or distracted by, you know, the loud ringing of the phone. So just look at it as music and just enjoy it.
And so whenever we are in the sports atmosphere, majority of the time we see that there is cheering going on for the players of this side, for the opponent side. But if we are internally stable, we can concentrate it and we can have the powers from the Supreme Soul.
From the Supreme Soul.
Yeah, surely we can also have again here meditation commentary before starting any of the practice for the sports, maybe mental or physical sports. We can just visualize the target which we want to achieve and focus our target, and with that focus we have to talk to ourselves that I have to win, and this winning attitude can be achieved through the meditation.
Okay, would you like to lead us into a short meditation at this point?
Yeah, sure, we can. Sitting stable with my back straight, eyes open, slowly and gradually I concentrate myself into the center of forehead, and I now realize I am a powerful soul. I, the soul, am now getting detached through this body and starting my journey towards my original home, the golden red color world, the incorporeal world. Reaching into my home, crossing the number of souls, twinkling stars, I just reach beneath my Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, my dearest Father Shiv Baba. I just sit beneath Shiv Baba, and I now realize that I am in the canopy of Shiv Baba, and Shiv Baba is showering number of powerful rays on me. I experience the shower of rays of powerful waves, powerful rays coming on me. And I'm getting engrossed in it. I now experience power within me. I am a powerful soul. I am a powerful soul. I visualize the target I have to achieve in my sports. I have the clear vision to achieve the target of success in my sports. Visualize the target in front of you. I have the whole energy and now have the whole power to achieve this target. And with my full confidence, I will be hitting the target. I thank my dearest dear Shiv Baba for his canopy of powerful rays. Thanking him, slowly I return back from my incorporeal home, back to my previous position in this body again. Om Shanti.
That was very good, thank you. Sister, I was thinking about another aspect of sports playing. As we all know, this is a digital age.
Yeah.
And with that have come up, maybe over just the past few years or so, there have come up a lot of digital devices. And digital or mobile sports playing has become something of a rage. And not only that, you see that in all ages, be it a child. Actually, I've seen 6-month-old babies, we'll call them babies, right? 6-month-old. They are holding these in their hands, obviously given to them by their parents. And in children under 2 years, like infants, a lot of times the parents will just put this in front of them if they're too busy to look after the child. Could be just for a few minutes. But if this is given to them early on, at such early age, can that not lead to maybe an addiction later on? Or not only that, I'm thinking even their vision could be affected.
You are very true. I personally feel that we need to do some corrections in it. The parents today, what are they thinking? That somewhere if they give this electronic devices to their children, to their kids, they will be engaged in it. And today what we see, that the families, they are nuclear families, they have multiple responsibilities.
That's right.
Maybe both are working, so many more responsibilities. And giving this electronic gadgets to their children, somewhere or the other, they are set free from other things.
And this is where in the olden days, we used to see extended families.
Yeah.
And if the mother, for some reason, she had some chores to do, she didn't have time, then the grandmother would take care of them. And now, like you said, nuclear families, that doesn't happen anymore.
And what the thing is actually that children also like these things. They like, as you said, that there has been a competition also amongst the children that I am having this game version, which game version do you have? So there is a competition in that faith, in that way. This has landed us to a situation where now the children are avoiding to go for outdoor games and they want to sit with their gadgets. This not only affects their vision, but the mental progress also stops over here, because what external atmosphere gives us, the internal, sitting in the four doors, we see number of health problems are also a concern.
That's right.
And today we are seeing number of health problems like obesity and all are starting right from the kids.
Right. Actually, the socialization aspect has gone because of this when it comes to kids. I know of a 2-year-old who from childhood was, has been given this digital device in front of him. And as a result, what has happened is he does not make any eye contact anymore. His parents were wondering, why that has been the case. He's 2 years old, but he doesn't speak. And they took him to a physician, and later on it was told that maybe this could be the cause, that since childhood, he has been associating more with the digital device in front of him as opposed to the family. And as a result of that, there is no eye contact from him. If you talk to him, he'll respond. So it's not like he's hearing impaired or anything. All of that is intact. But in my mind, as I analyzed this, I thought, as we were discussing, that maybe it is, whatever it is that is given to him, that could be the cause of this condition.
It's very true. Today, this is the major problem going on in majority of the families. And this could be a message for them that instead of engaging them in these activities, if they engage them with some positive activities, that would land the child into a good progress, you can say. Giving the gadgets into them, they won't be good in studies also, because somewhere or the other, the parents don't know for how much time they are using this, and this is like an addiction, as you said. Once they start playing, they feel like they have to cross the next level, again next level, and sometimes it happens both the siblings are there, both are having remotes for the video games, and both are just having competition in the video game.
Right, and as I said, even your vision can be impaired.
Yeah.
So how can meditation help with this?
Meditation can help us with this in that sense. Sometimes it happens that the gadget once given, we never want to leave it again. We want to play it. If the parents along with the kids, they sit in meditation and they can control their kids. Meditation has a very good impact on intellect, and intellect, the thing is, it gives the order to the mind, but mind doesn't accept it. Through meditation, we can gain mastery over our mind. Through the meditation, we can gain the mastery over our mind.
That's right.
So in that case, I would like to suggest we need to do meditation, and parents, if they insist or if they make such a friendly atmosphere in the family, that daily we will have some meditation aspect, the children won't be addicted to these gadgets. They can play it for 15 to 20 minutes for a change if they want, but being addicted, it's a very bad thing, you see.
Right. Again, we are bound by time, so I would really like to thank you for all your input on this, and we still have a lot more unanswered questions, so we will continue to look forward to having you in our studio. Thank you for coming.
Welcome. Om Shanti.
So as we've seen today, we have continued this discussion on sports, and we have covered a little more aspects, a few different aspects of meditation today. We have covered how meditation can help a 6-month-old who is addicted to having a gadget in front of him. We have talked about the role that a coach can play in the life of a player. So I hope you've enjoyed this discussion, and keep those questions coming. And we look forward to seeing you again in our next episode. Thanks for watching us.